Hi y'all, it's Alice with Beach Scraps here with another layout. This time I'm using the Good Vibes collection from Simple Stories. And I am following a challenge from Nicole Jones 911 Scrapathon. Okay, I'm going to start with this as my background. And I cut a strip of this paper from that collection, and I outlined it in pink so it would show up, but it seems like it blends into the background too much, so I decided to turn it over and cut the other side and cut myself some little strips that'll fit on either side of this so that it stands out a little bit better. Paper's got a lot of pretty colors on it. I am going to just put my glue on the big strip down the middle so I can tuck the smaller strips under it without having to tear the whole thing up. Whoops. You want to turn over. Hope everybody is having some cooler weather than what we've had over the summer. Here in Florida it's still in the 90s, but in a little while it'll be just the right temperature when the ones of you that are up north are going to be shoveling snow and ice. So we have 6 months of not so wonderful, and then we have 6 months of pretty darn near paradise. So we just stick it out for that part. Okay. Now I cut this out of the cut apart sheet of this collection, and I'm probably going to let that be the title for this page. And I'm going to pop it up a little bit. Cut a piece of this fun foam. Stick it to it. There we go. And put it right there. Now, I wasn't sure what I wanted to use on this particular layout, and I was going through the old pictures, and I found these pictures from 1985 of Palm Sunday and my little girl leading all the little children into the church with their palm fronds. To me, that was such a special thing. Church is a very important part of our lives. My children grew up going to church. They don't always go now, but they know about Jesus, and that's very important to me, that children learn about Jesus when they're very young. Now I'm going to put this picture up here because this shows them outside getting lined up ready to come into the church. And oh my gosh. And then this other picture is of them already lined up in the church and coming down the aisle to the very front. And when they got down there, they sang a little song, and then they went into their own special little classrooms. Now I think, actually, I laid this out exactly the opposite of the way I had it when I was practicing. So, I will be putting it together in reverse, I suppose. Let's see how this works. This is faith, hope, and love. Faith, hope, and love. This little strip down here. This one says follow your heart. And I meant to cut that out before I started the video. Knowing me and fussy cutting, I love to do it. So any chance, I just didn't mean to leave it in the video for you to have to watch. Because as usual, this is a scrap and chat because I don't know how to edit. That means you get to see all my boo-boos as I make them, because I don't know how to erase them. Okay. And this one says follow your heart. And this one says amen. And this one says oh joy. Let's see. I want to put a flower up here. I want to put that there, I think. And I'm going to put this little camera right up here under the palm. And I'm going to stick this, tuck this right under here. This says oh joy. This says follow your heart. I'm going to put it right there. And I was thinking I would put this around here somewhere, but I don't see any place that really pleases me right this minute. So I'm going to start putting this stuff down. I wish I had something to mat these pictures with. That would have been smart. I think I'm going to turn off the camera for a second and go find something to mat these with. Okay, I'm back, and I have matted the two pictures so that they'll stand out a little bit better. And I've decided I'm going to move this one over here, and I'll go ahead and put it down. This stuff and move this picture, put this picture over here. The lady that's leading the children in, her name was Debbie Saunders, and she and her family were wonderful, wonderful members of our church. That was in Charlotte, North Carolina, back in 1985. Don't know what happened to her. If she's still, I know the church got smaller and smaller until finally it closed. When we were there, there was a gymnasium for the children, and all the children of the neighborhood were allowed to use it as long as there was a church member there to keep an eye on it. There was, oh my goodness, there was such a group of children, and they all had so much fun. You can see this is a pretty long line of little kids coming into church with Debbie. It's amazing how churches come and go nowadays. People don't go to church like they used to. Okay, now this is the one that says follow your heart, and I'm going to put it right there. And I think I'm going to tuck a flower right here. I don't want to not cover up what it says. Okay, there, it does. There we go. Took it under all of that. Then I have this. I want to use that. Let's see if I can find a way to tack it on here. Let's see. If you guys don't... You never know when you're sticking something down if you're going to have to peel it back up. There we go. I wonder if I can stick this. That doesn't look good. Maybe right there? How does that look? I think it looks better there than it did here. I think what I'm doing is ending up with one large cluster of embellishments instead of having them in more than one place. Let's see. Like that. Stick it like that. Nope. Don't like that. Maybe like that. Pull you up a little bit further. Like I said, these live videos, they don't really care if you make a mistake. They just keep on rolling. I want to thank all of you who have given me a thumbs up and subscribed to my channel. This is just my second process video. I'm not storming the gates or anything. I'm just slowly getting there. I really love scrapbooking, and it's so much fun to do these, and I felt like with all my experience that maybe it was time that I joined the crowd that does this. But I'm learning. Oh my gosh, if you haven't watched other videos about scrapbooking, you ought to, because I have learned so much. I mean, you know, if you've been scrapbooking as long as I have, you pretty much think, oh, what could I learn? What could I learn from about scrapbooking that I don't already know? A lot. An absolute lot. I have been surprised to find out. I mean, when I first started scrapbooking, it was pretty much just whatever you wanted to do. I went to Michael's and I bought myself a scrapbook starter set, and I went home and started scrapbooking. And it wasn't pretty. I mean, let me tell you, I look back at those old pictures and think, oh my gosh, that's awful. But at the time, I thought it was beautiful, and I thought I had done a beautiful job, and I was so proud. But, you know, you live and you learn. As long as we live, we should keep learning. Once you stop learning, what's there to go on for? Okay. Now, I've got this. It says, oh joy. Stick that like right there. It's going to be one long. Maybe I can put this up here. Got too many flowers close to each other. I really messed up by not doing this the way I meant to. I tell you what, I'll put it there and I'll pop it up. Nothing like being indecisive when you're making a movie. There we go. That's okay. That looks pretty good. Looks like it was a little overcast on this Palm Sunday. Don't know whether I'm going to use you or not. Here, we will put this little camera I think this is the way it goes. Put this little camera here. Nope. Put this little camera right here. And I'm using that just because it matches, not because of any other reason. Put this right here. This is called freestyle. That's our prompt for today, just to do it the way we like to do it. And I'm pretty much a freestyle person. When I sit down to do a page, I don't know what I'm going to do. I get the page out, I pick out the embellishments that go with the page, and then I look and see, well, what pictures do I have that would look good on this page? And then I go through all my pictures. And as I've told you before, my husband was a professional photographer when he wasn't being a firefighter. So I have more pictures than most people could imagine. So I'm never going to run out of pictures. And of course, now that I have these beautiful grandchildren that my children have provided me with, and they provide me with beautiful pictures of my grandchildren, I got a little carried away and forgot about doing the old pictures of my own children. So I was scrapbooking away with my grandchildren, and then I thought, but their mamas remember these stories. I need to be the one doing my children, and then I can do my grandchildren. Well, I doubt I'll ever get finished doing my own children. I'm going to have to jump back and forth, see what kind of mood I'm in each day as it goes. Okay, that's looking pretty good. It's neither my favorite page I've ever made or my least favorite page I've ever made, but it's alright. I don't hate it. Okay, I've got a lot of leftovers that I decided not to put on here. See, I've got yellow in 3 places, flowers in 3 places. That makes a triangle. That is one of the design rules, is making a triangle so that your eye follows the entire page. And sometimes I get so excited about what I'm doing that I don't pay attention to the design rules. And you know what? That's perfectly fine, because scrapbooking is about making yourself happy. This is my therapy. It's a lot cheaper than paying to go see a therapist. And this is my time. My children are all busy. I mean, I see them at least every couple of weeks, but they're busy with their own lives. They don't have time to come over to Mama's house all the time, and with my husband's Parkinson's, sometimes I just need a place that I can go that's just my happy place. I even made myself a sign for my door that says, "This is my happy place." When we moved into this condo, he let me have it designed by the More Space people. So I have a Murphy bed in here for when we have company, and then I've got all this cabinetry. I've got this long desk that I'm sitting at that goes all the way along the wall in front of the window, and I've got lots and lots of drawers and more places to put things, and I'm so packed full of stuff that I could still hardly move around. But if I have company, I just move as much of it as I have to. I have a walk-in closet that I push most of it into. Already pretty full. You know, scrapbooking supplies are my nirvana. I don't care about new clothes, especially since I got fat. I used to be thin, and everything I tried on looked good on me, so, you know, it was easy to go shopping. Now, oh my goodness, that is not the case. And who wants to buy clothes when nothing looks good on you? When you just look like a bale of hay with a string tied around the middle. I've got these little you can only see my little skinny arms. And my legs are skinny like that too. But let me tell you, the middle of me, no, it is not skinny. I look like a big old marshmallow walking around on toothpicks. Just like my Aunt Molly. And I always thought she was the funniest looking lady I ever saw. And I grew up to look just like her. Of course, she lived to be 100 and something years old, so she must have been doing something okay. Alright, I think all I need to add to this and be done is some of my sequins. I must have sequins or a page is not finished. It's got some of all the colors, and I am going to, well, if I can get it open, I am going to put some sequins on here. Again, in 3 places. And I'm going to try to add one of each color that's on the page. Okay, let go. There's pink and aqua and yellow. And yellow. Pink, aqua, and yellow. A couple of weeks ago, my grandchildren were over here, and they love to play in my craft room. And I was enjoying my grown-up kids and not paying much attention, and I came in after they had left, and oh my goodness, they had been having fun with sequins. And there were sequins everywhere. But it made my babies happy, so therefore Grandma was happy. Okay, if you haven't subscribed and you want to, then I would love it. Please hit the subscribe button, and right beside it there should be a little picture of a little tiny bell, and you just ring that bell and it will tell you that it will let you know whenever I post a new upload. I don't know how often I'm going to do this since I'm just getting started and I'm not very good at it yet. I've got a lot to learn. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave me a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Thank you. Bye.